We asked Chris to install the breathers here, which has got the front, rear, transfer and gearbox and 2 fuel tank breathers there. So that will help us in hopefully in a few situations. And across here, we'll come across to here, love. These are the spring mounts here. There's 4 on either side, and that gives you the articulation from the chassis to the actual habitation box. And they moved to create the step here. The step 1, yeah. They had to move the batteries to over this position, and because of that, can I borrow that for a sec? Okay. Because of that, sorry, it's all getting twisted around here. They've had to put in, I don't know whether you can see that, but it's a heavy duty bus bar, 500 amp, and that's where the winches and everything come from there. So pretty cool. And alright, that's that. Oh, well done. We'll go across here. And here's the 2 fuel tanks. The back tank was the original tank, and the front tank is the extra 140 litre fuel tank they've put in. Unfortunately, they're not keyed alike. So anyway, separate keys. And what we've done, that will do for now. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, this is our first water tank here. It's 170 litres. It's made by Austral Tanks, I'm pretty well sure. Plastic, and not quite sure from the outside here whether we'll paint it black to make it look a little bit better. It's got the sender up here, which we have to connect up to the submarine panel up inside.
Got your inlet tank here, and
yes, and we've still got to do all the connections to that. Then over here we've got the this is the 85 litre tank, and it's been done on a bit of a different angle there because to fit for all the different connections you have to be able to get to. And further up here we have the 40 litre tank, which was going to be our waste tank, but unfortunately we couldn't get all the waste to it, so that will be now just a drinking water tank with a tap on it, so we can wash our hands and things like that. And then over here on this side of the truck here, down here, we will put the waste tank, incorporate that into one of the toolboxes, the bottom of the toolboxes. And then here is the white pipe here. Is the waste coming across from the kitchen, comes across here. It will pick up the shower base, which is above that, where that blue tag is there above the wheel arch. And it will drop down, and it will come down here, and the shower is going to be on this side of the wheel arch. The basin, sorry, not the shower. The shower's over there. So I think, and then down there is a tap. I'll pass you back to Murray. Here she comes, and that's where you fill the tank up, this 85 litre tank. So you just connect the hose to it, open up the tap, and when it comes out the overflow up the top up here, that means it's full. So then you just turn the tap off and disconnect the hose, and the tank is full. And on the other end here, if you go underneath there, dear, okay, you'll see the filter on the end of the of the overflow pipe.
Okay.
So that's all the water. And this is just showing where the connections are for the water here. That's the overflow, that blue little pipe there. There's another bigger inlet or overflow there, but we're not going to use that. This wire here that's all bundled up, that's the extra wire to go up to the main panel, control panel, to show the water levels from the sender of the 85 litre tank. And
Do any other pre-wiring for the cameras and things like that? Or?
Yeah, well, that will all come in here later on.
Oh yeah, so you don't have to do that before the floor
No.
goes down? No.
So yeah, so no, it's pretty elementary. They've done they've welded the nuts here for the bumper bar, which is good thinking, very clever, and they've done a very good job. And just down here is where the and down here is the red arc 24 to 12 volt reducer. And yeah, unfortunately, when they've set up the tow bar, they've had to move all this assembly back slightly, so the bar that comes through to wind down or wind up the spare wheel is on a bit of an angle, and on this side it comes through that hole there, and unfortunately that's going to be
Doesn't quite line up.
We're going to have the barbecue.
Yeah, we're going to put
I tried to turn it, I can't turn it around the other way to come out the driver's side because it just doesn't work.
yeah. So we're all excited to get the floor and the walls done next week.
There's the crawl through up here. This is the crawl through here that All Terrain Warriors have supplied. So this was a must for Murray and I. It gives us the ability to go from the front of the cab to the habitation box when we need it, or if it's raining or security reasons or whatever. And so that's a must for us. It was expensive, but well worth it, hopefully. And just this is where the steps for the thing, and Chris mounted the electronic Thule steps here in combination with the two-step entry here.